Today we are reacting to Alice in Chains' Wood.
You know what's messed up? All I can think of is the meme, you know, with all the like Chinese guys that are like sitting there in front of the mic. You don't know the wood meme?
No.
Like you would like, you know, like bang somebody, like that terminology.
I get that terminology. I don't know what meme you're talking about though.
Okay.
And I feel like nobody else knows what you're talking about either.
Yeah, probably. I guess I'm just deep into the rabbit holes of
memes.
Of memes.
Of memes to call memology.
Of memology.
That's crazy.
It's such a good meme though, because it's like a guy on a mic, and I think it's like from like a Japanese parliament or something where they're fighting. And he's like talking into the mic, and there's all these guys like grabbing him, like trying to rip him off the mic, and it looks like he's just saying wood. Like,
oh, okay,
get it? Like you definitely would.
I get
regardless of all the hate that you're getting.
Anyways, okay, sorry for that jibber jabber of nonsense. But have you ever heard this song?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
So this is going to be good because Alice in Chains, I know of some of their bigger songs just because they were huge, like, you know, in the early 90s in the MTV era when I was still, you know, watching MTV. So I know, you know, Rooster and was it Nutshell?
We did Rooster, we did Nutshell, we did
there was one other.
Oh God.
Box.
We did Man in the Box.
Man in the Box.
We did that. We did a fourth one too, but I can't remember what it.
I know. So anyways, this is a song that I don't know at all, which is
quite frankly scary.
It's not scary. It's exciting. I'm excited.
Before we start though, guys, I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan. We are back with another reaction just for you.
And we are about to start the video here in a second. But before we do, make sure you guys hit that like button and also make sure you subscribe. That's right. Subscribe now. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Oh, she looks terrified. Sorry, but I just got to say, this is like the intro. This intro is like the song you play when you're about to go commit a crime. Bro, this has got to be my new favorite Alice in Chains song.
So I got to be honest, I do recognize that chorus. Like I've heard that before, but the song itself, I didn't, you know, I don't think I've ever listened to it all the way through. It's just something that I've probably like heard that chorus like on the radio or something because it's so distinct. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a banger.
Did you ever play like any of like the Tony Hawk Underground video games?
I did.
This seems like a song that might have played on that or something.
What I remember from those games is like Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. Just that over and over again.
Yeah, this is definitely a song I've never heard before, but it's an absolute banger. I do want to say, like, you might have checked out our like first reactions we did to Alice in Chains, and we started out with Nutshell on MTV. And I didn't like know the band at all. I'd never heard of them. So it gave me like this weird impression of them because, as we all know, MTV Unplugged is like them completely reimagining their music in a different style and format. And now that we've done more, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was so wrong about them the first time we reacted to them.
Just had a different opinion or like, yeah, that is an interesting way to be introduced to them because it's not like how their music was created initially. You know what I mean? It was a version of which they did an amazing acoustic version. I was just reading the other day, someone saying that like, there were so many bands that went on there and just kind of did something very similar, but Alice in Chains in particular was one that like completely, took the assignment on and did exactly what you're supposed to do, which is create something new, new feel to the songs by doing it acoustic. But that's your first, encounter with them. It kind of gives a different impression of what they are.
It wasn't really my thing, but now that I'm getting to know the band, I want to go revisit that so bad. So
yeah.
Anyways, let's get back into it. Dang. What an absolute banger, dude. Now, does that make you want to go commit crimes or not?
I guess that's a good song to play while you're, robbing a bank, maybe.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What kind of crimes were you thinking about? Like
I feel like it's a hype up song. Like if you're sitting in the car getting ready to go, like, beat the crap out of somebody or,
So you were thinking of assault.
Trip a little kid or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You were thinking about committing assault. I think that says a lot about you, the type of crime that you...
What kind of crime would you commit?
I just said rob a bank. I mean, if I'm going to commit a crime, it's going to be a financial crime. I'm not just going to go randomly attack somebody.
I'm not saying I want to be a random person.
But that's the first thing that you came up with in your brain and was thinking about violence.
That's what this song reminds me of.
Okay.
If I was going to commit a crime, I'd probably... I don't know, go get a hooker or something.
There you go.
But hey,
now I believe you.
But actually, on a real note, that song was absolutely a banger. That's going on the playlist. It's just crazy that there's all these like I had no idea anything about grunge, and now I'm like learning so much from this channel and just falling in love with grunge. It's like perfectly up my alley.
I can see that. Yeah, I mean it's definitely like not surface level pop, type of music that, there's a lot of like good music that came out that's just kind of, more fun or just, like I said, surface level. And grunge definitely wasn't that. I mean, I think it was a reaction to a lot of the pop music that was coming out in the 80s and a lot of the big bands there that were just talking about like partying and, doing all that stuff with the, fast rock star lifestyle. And then this was kind of the more, grimy, realistic, stories about real life.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of, I mean, the abnormality behind the sound itself kind of definitely I feel like would gravitate towards people who aren't necessarily, I mean, I don't mean this in a mean way, but like aren't necessarily like normal, like run of the mill type people. Like me, like I've never considered myself to be like a normal type person. Like I appreciate
I get what you're saying.
The deep art of music, whether it be grimy, sad, emotional, whatever it is, and I feel like that's why I resonate with this music so much.
It is cool that this became popular, that this was popular music for its era. Have you heard like Billy Corgan talking about recently? You know who I'm talking about?
I don't know who Billy Corgan
from the Smashing Pumpkins. Are you familiar with them at all?
Oh, I'm familiar with the band. I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the lead singer, and he was just talking about, so there's been a rumor in music for a long time, which I actually think that there's probably truth to it, where they were talking about how like hip hop music got derailed by the CIA is what they say, because a lot of like hip hop music, what I used to listen to, it really was like counterculture. A lot of it was influenced by like socialism and even like, like communist kind of tendencies, which, I don't know if I love that, but still it was revolutionary music. It was, a lot of it was talking about family, eating good, like building community.
Super thought provoking.
Yeah. And those were some of my favorite artists, like back in the day, J. Rue the Damager, like all these artists that used to be played on Yo MTV Raps. And then all of a sudden you started seeing them really push like gangster rap. And what they'll say is like, oh, that's what people wanted. It was more mainstream and appealed to more people. But all those artists kind of like disappeared. And Billy Corgan was saying, hey, they did the same thing with rock music. Like it was too threatening. And I think that they got their hands in there and were like, shifting things in a different direction because they didn't like the fact that a lot of the music was so real that you had bands like Rage Against the Machine that were coming out and like, speaking up against the system. Whether you believe that or not, hey, I don't know, but it is an interesting theory. And when you think about like the deepness of this music and how it was like massive, even though like I missed out on it because it just wasn't my thing, listening to it now, I can appreciate it for what it is. And then it wasn't just a surface level. And it kind of like goes to show, that, if what they say is true, oh, people just wanted the more, poppy, feel good music. It's like, why is there so many bands like this that got so big that people just love and cherish, that are still like timeless today?
It's great. It's great. Great thought to sit on.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
I love it. No, I think that you're a very intellectual being, and I enjoy your perspective on things like that. But I don't think this song specifically had any. Like,
no, I'm just saying like grunge because he was talking about this era of music and like the bands that came from this time frame. That's why I thought of it, because I just saw him talking about it just like in the last couple of days. So
it's true, and it totally makes sense, and screw the man. Screw the man. And hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on this fantastic journey of discovering new music, old music, everything in between, then make sure you subscribe right now. Right fucking now.
That's right. Or else he's going to roll up to your house, put this song on, and apparently do an assault.
Or just hook up with a prostitute in front of your house.
Either one.
Right on the doorstep.
Oh boy. Yeah. Dramatic. Don't put yourself in that
worry.
situation.
It'll be like 30, 40 seconds.
Tops.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.